This is Amazing Grace, and I thought I would share the song with you and then give you 3 of my favorite practice techniques that I used this week as I prepared to record it today. So a couple years ago, I paired this hymn, which they say is the world's most loved hymn, along with a beautiful piece by Chopin, his Etude in E, Opus 10, number 3. I cut and pasted a few sections from that etude into my arrangement. I also borrowed the accompaniment pattern and the texture from Chopin's Etude, and I hope you enjoy it along with the tutorial to follow. So I need to tell you something before I go into my 3 practice tips for this piece. On this last verse, when we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first began. I cannot help but always thinking of my mom, who has been in heaven for about 3.5 years now. and she is bright, shining as the sun, singing God's praises like we will do one day as well. And that just makes my heart so happy to know right where my mom is, and just to think that she is shining as the sun, praising God. And that's a comfort to me, and I hope that's a comfort to you if you have a loved one that's gone before you. And I look forward to that day where I will be in God's presence praising Him. And that's the wonderful thing about worship music and practicing an instrument. This is something that is going to last beyond this life. It's eternal. It's something we get to do in heaven too. So that brings me a lot of joy to think about. So as I was preparing to record this, I broke it up into 3 sections. So I would start with the last verse, and I like to walk outside while I practice this in my head. I just imagine that I'm playing the notes as I'm reading them through from the beginning of the last verse to the end of the piece. 3 times I did that. And then I come and I play it on the piano, and I just imagine that each key is pushing up against my finger as I play it. And this helps kind of counteract the percussiveness of the piano and give a more singing tone. So I hear the sound of each note in my head before I play it, like this. And then I play it and imagine the keys are pushing up against my fingers as I play, instead of pushing the keys down. So I do this at a very slow tempo, just like that, through that section to the end of the piece. And then the second time through, I just like to drop my fingers, my arms, my wrists, everything into the piano on the first key, and then just lean into the next key. So this is also at a very slow tempo. I'll show you that. Helps to keep the fingers and the wrists and everything really loose and relaxed. Helps to create a really beautiful tone. The third time, I just try to play to hear the phrasing and hear just the beautiful sound of the music. So I'm going to show you just a couple of measures of that. And it's kind of like I'm just in the audience. More than making it happen, I'm just listening to and responding the sound that is happening. was enjoying that so much I didn't want to stop. So you get to hear the whole ending again. And that's the point. It's just to enjoy the sound of the music as you play it. And after I did that with the last section, and then I started with the second verse, "'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear." And I did that verse the same way. Read through it, practice it in my head 3 times, and then practice it each of those 3 ways. And then after that, I played the first verse the same way. So I hope this short tutorial is helpful to you in your practice. God bless you. Have a great day.